Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, as you can tell, this isn't on my normal schedule of Wednesday, or for some of you, what might be my Thursday uploads. And what brings me here is a contest, actually. It's my first comic book contest I'm entering, and it is for Mr. Comics 89, that's Mr._Comics89. He just hit 250 subscribers, which I'm almost halfway there to that, but I mean, he's only been collecting for a year now, and some of the books he has is really impressive. His knowledge, for only having been in it a year and maybe knowing things just a little bit beforehand, but really seriously for a year, is actually really good. Of course, he has room to grow. We all have room to grow as collectors, and a lot of things to learn as things move forward. But first, I just really wanted to give a big shout out and a big congratulations to Mr. Comics 89 for that. And I look forward to see wherever you go with this. So anyway, this is my video submission. If you haven't seen the contest, basically what it is he gives you the 6 original Avengers from the first film, which consists of Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, and make up a dream team, so to speak, to go up against them. And it can be anyone from literally anywhere that you can come up with, but you have to give a reason why, and specifically really match up each Avenger to this character, which it was awesome. It's the kind of thing I always thought of when I was a kid, so I figured to start off. I had introduced that contest, and also when we go through each character, for every character except the one I'm about to go into first, I'm going to have a comic displayed on screen, describe a little bit about the character, and then move on to my counter for that, and who I think would be a good matchup for them, why I chose them, and explain a little bit about the book I'm showing, just to explain it, because still a comic book channel, I still like educating people to the best of my ability, and at the end of the day, I love showing off my collection. And there will be one book in here that is a recent pickup for me within the last few days, and I was going to include, and I'm still going to include in New Comic Book Day on Wednesday for a extra little bonus pickup, which I didn't want to spoil, but I don't really have many books from this character, especially not here. I recently moved, and a lot of my books are still at my old house. So this book I'm showing, I just couldn't not display it when I'm talking about this character. So just keep in mind that when I do bring up that book, I'm going to mention this video again. But one of these books is a new pickup for me. So this is going to be a longer video, and like I said, I hope you stick around for all of it. So I know my videos are normally 20 to 25 minutes, but yeah, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, but I have a feeling this is not going to be a short video, so depending on how long it is, I might have to cut it into parts. But without further delay, you see right in front of you Avengers number 8 representing this challenge. This, of course, being the original Avengers team. Slight changes from the original team, but largely still the same. First appearance, of course, of Kang the Conqueror. So awesome book to pick it up if you haven't. But moving right into our first character, and this is the character I don't have a book for. I have his mini-series that was released in the 80s, but not at this house. And I'm not too huge into this character, so I never really bought many of his books, and that is Hawkeye. I'm going to be going from what I feel are the least impressive matchups and move into the more impressive matchups as we move along. So Hawkeye, of course, in the movies at least, was the almost brother to Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, and he's an expert marksman and eventually turns into Ronin and goes berserk, basically, and it's freaking awesome. But Hawkeye, for the most part, to me, not a super interesting character. He grew up in the circus, very similar to Dick Grayson, and expert marksman, really good at hitting things. But when I thought, man, expert marksman, great shot, I mean, it can't be not said that he draws a lot of resemblance to this character. And of course, this is Daredevil 131, the first appearance of my choice to face off against Hawkeye. That would be Bullseye. Bullseye, for me, has been my favorite character for a long time. He is not just an excellent marksman who, as you can see on the cover, Bullseye never misses, unless, of course, Daredevil is in the room, but he's also an incredible martial artist. Spoiler alert for a comic book that happened back in the 80s. He's so good, he even killed Elektra. Or if you've even seen the TV show, I guess, because they did that too. But he even gives Daredevil a run for his money, and like I said, killed Elektra. So expert martial artist, and I think he's just like Hawkeye in his skills, but slightly better. So I think he would have that edge, plus Bullseye being a villain. A lot of these people you'll be seeing, with the exception of, I believe, 2, are going to be villains. And I think that gives a slight edge over how far they're willing to go. You'll even see in one of my later entries that I could have chosen this one specific character, but I went to a more serious version, a more evil version of the character, just to give him a bit of an edge. So anyway, that's my pick for Hawkeye. I think he would easily not just take down, but kill Hawkeye. Hawkeye might give him a little run for his money at first, but I just think Bullseye is way too resourceful and skilled to be taken down by Hawkeye. And moving on, the next person that we're going to be taking a look at is another person I don't have many books of. And that is, if you can tell, Black Widow. I don't have, like I said, I don't really collect Black Widow comics. But this is one of the few I do have. This, of course, is Marvel Team Up 141. And that is one of the first appearances of the Black Suit, along with a spectacular Spider-Man and of course, Amazing 252. Of course, there's a certain order that people know of which books hit the shelves first, but this is, for all intents and purposes, one of the first Black Suits, and of course, Black Widow being in the background. So, Black Widow's on the cover. It's a cool book. I'll show it off. Anywho, Black Widow, very similar to Hawkeye in that in the movies they both work for S.H.I.E.L.D. Natasha is skilled at infiltrating and at stealth missions, I suppose. That's not the word I'm looking for, but hey. But yeah, she's really what they use to get information out of people. They put her right in the middle of everything to get information, or they put her on stealth missions to get results, and she's really good at it. Very, very skilled martial artist. And when I was thinking about this, I specifically was thinking about, don't get triggered, another female to go up against Black Widow. Because I just feel like putting Black Widow up against a guy, she is very, very capable, but most male superheroes, I mean, it's just not fair. And plus, there are plenty of female superheroes that I do appreciate that I think would make for a fun matchup that are not Ghost Spider or Silk or any of the new women that comics like to tout about. So I figured I'd go back a little bit to the mid-90s, back all the way to Spawn, issue number 9. And in case you were unaware, that is the first appearance of Angela. Now, Angela was basically, if you can tell in the story, she was more so a hunter to hunt down and kill Spawn in the different incarnations of Spawn. And as you can see, she was successful. Quite a bit, actually. So, when it comes to people I think are skilled enough to be able to not just take on, but take down Black Widow, the first person that comes to my mind in terms of being a definite, as in, yes, this person will give her a run for her money. And I think if she can give Spawn a run for his money, I think she could put up a good fight against Black Widow. Of course, she is a warrior. No, she isn't clothed nearly as much. But hey, less hindrance, less friction. You know what I mean? But that was a joke, by the way. But you gotta be really careful with making jokes now. Anywho, before I go off on a tangent, I feel like Angela, it wouldn't just be a good matchup. It would be a fun matchup and something I would like to see in the future, knowing that now, for some reason, Marvel has the rights to Angela. Don't know how that happened. Not that I've gone out of my way to look into it, but I just think it's a little weird because I think they just put her in the Strike Force team. So this is a potential matchup that we could see, unless I'm being ignorant, and there already has been one. So anyway, hopefully she won, if that has been a thing that happened. If not, you're welcome, Marvel. Moving on to the bigger guns now. The bigger of the six. Going into Captain America. I know this is a dual cover with Captain and with Cap and Iron Man on it, and please ignore the fact it is in garbage shape. I just wanted this book and it was cheap, so I bought it. That's about that. And it does smell like mildew, in case you're wondering. So, this is Tales of Suspense 59. In the 60s, Captain America, when he was brought back, didn't immediately get his own series. Iron Man was in Tales of Suspense, so he didn't get his own until, I want to say 69 was when Iron Man got his Invincible Iron Man series. So they just put Cap in with a dual feature with Iron Man, kind of like they did with Green Arrow and Green Lantern in the 70s. Again, great run if you want to look into those by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. Beautiful books. But again, we're going with Captain America here. This is the first time Captain America joins the Tales of Suspense line, a line that for some reason, even though Iron Man really started off and got really popular in this line, Captain America would actually be given this line in issue number 100, which would be his first solo series since the 40s. And Iron Man would just get his own starting at a number 1. But Iron Man, of course, Captain America is a super soldier that was created in the 40s to fight off the Nazi force. He's a super soldier. Super strength, super speed, I mean, literally super everything. Heightened senses, heightened agility, and he has a big shield that he can throw around at people and predict where it's going to land, so he can make it ricochet on your face, and then catch it, and then make it hit you in the face again, and then catch that one, and laugh. Plus, he has America's ass, so, I mean, there's that too. Honestly, that's probably most people's kryptonite, which made this a pretty hard choice, and I was trying to think, who could go up against someone like Captain America? Because it's not just like his ability in fighting that gives him an upper hand. It really is his determination and his superhuman abilities that make him really special. So when I was thinking, okay, who could give him a run for his money? Not just in his superhuman abilities, but also in his determination. Not that they have a matching determination, but that they could beat the determination out of him. So, what I came up with, and again, this is the comic book I picked up in the last few days that if you don't want a spoiler for, feel free just to, I don't know, block out the screen and keep listening. Skip it, I don't know, but I'll probably put my matchups in the description if you want to skip this and just read it. Anywho, my pick, a person who I've actually been on a kick for in the last few weeks, given he just had a new series come out, and my only other issues from him are at the other house, so I picked this, and it is Rye number 0. Now, most of you will instantly know who I'm picking, but I'm going to say the joke anyway. No, I'm not picking Rye. I am, of course, picking Bloodshot. Now, Bloodshot, based on my limited knowledge, because I haven't been a fan of him except in the last little bit. I've actually been really getting into indie books, so on my pull lists. You can see a lot more of those in the future and expect more of those in my videos. But for now, based on my limited knowledge, he is basically a super soldier as well, but he's had his body infused with nanites, meaning that he's basically indestructible, and he can shapeshift into anything he wants and become anything he wants. There's actually a scene in a panel in the new book, if you saw my last new comic book haul day. Was my last one? I don't know. When I got Bloodshot #1, a guy grabs him and he Beetlejuices him, and spikes come out and stab the guy. Awesome scene. Loved it. Just realized that that was probably a shout out to Beetlejuice. If not, really funny. But anyway, I think Bloodshot would be really, really good in that Bloodshot, I feel like he has quite a bit of determination. Not as much as Cap, I don't think. I think Cap's spirit is quite a bit more so than Bloodshot's, but I feel like Bloodshot could outlast even Captain America. I think Bloodshot would get bored before he would lose to Captain America. So anyway, that's my pick for who I think would make a great match for Captain America. And if I'm not doing this argument justice, again, on any of these, feel free to help me out in the comments below where I might need it. Moving on to the next one. Again, this is going to be the third from last, if you've been counting, so we're just over halfway done. And we are going to be getting into Iron Man. Now, some of you might be wondering why Iron Man and Captain America are so low on the list. It's just because I feel like the next two are more so of, oh man, who's you going to choose to go up against these? Whereas like Captain America and Iron Man, it's like anyone could be. So Iron Man is an interesting guy to go up against. He has an army of suits of armor that can be remote controlled. Well, at least the ones he didn't blow up. That was in the movie, so hey. This, of course, wait, did I even go? Yes, I did. I did go in detail. Okay, so Iron Man 128. This is the infamous demon in a bottle story where it very clearly, as you can see on the picture, displays Iron Man's struggle with substance abuse, particularly alcohol. That is the demon in the bottle, in case you didn't get it. It was not a reference to that terrible Genie in the Bottle song. So, I mean, it couldn't have been. They came out way before the song. Anyway, Iron Man has a very, very interesting story in that he went from being insanely narcissistic to he went from insanely narcissistic and selfish to insanely narcissistic and mildly selfish. So, I mean, hey, he's making progress. We've all got things to work on, right? Biggest room in the house is the room for improvement. Am I right? But Jesus Christ. Iron Man, sorry, I swear I'm not drunk. Iron Man, he's a billionaire literally in a suit. I mean, it's an iron suit that can fly and shoot things, but it's still just a suit. And I think it was yesterday or the day before I saw a comparison. Who would win, Iron Man or Batman? And it's like, just about everyone in the comments was, oh, Batman will win, Batman will win, Batman will win. No doubt, Batman will win. And of course you have the mean people saying, how much prep time does Batman have? So I was thinking, well, Batman, I do think would clearly win. But I don't want to be that guy. So, instead of choosing Batman, I chose the Batman Who Laughs. This, of course, is the gorgeous variant cover to the Batman Who Laughs issue number 5. If you don't have this variant cover, oh my god, this is gorgeous. This is one of my favorite covers in my collection. Also, this entire series is just gorgeous. It's beautiful writing by Scott Snyder and beautiful artwork by Jock. Go buy them. You will not regret it. And so the Batman Who Laughs is Batman who murdered every superhero on his home planet. This is crooked. This is getting on my nerves. Okay, there we go. He murdered every superhero on his home planet, ending with Superman, whom he made in jest kryptonite particles that killed him from the inside out. Oh my god. And now he's unleashing hell on the main universe. Although it's not the main universe, because I don't think technically it's canon yet. But I feel like if Batman could definitely beat Iron Man, the Batman who laughs, who is Batman, not quite insane, just a nutcase, I guess, with no limits. You know, I mean, just take the Joker, mix it with Batman, and you get you get someone who could probably kill anyone on this list, except maybe the next two. I think the next two he would have a hard time with. I think he could do it, but I feel like that's cheating. Lol, Batman wins. I mean, that's, you know, I figured I'd use it on this one. So I think that would be a really good and awesome matchup. I would love to see that. Honestly, I would just love to see Batman Who Laughs against anyone. I love the Batman Who Laughs. Can you tell? Moving on, because we're already at the 21-minute mark, and we still have 2 people to go, as well as concluding statements, which I'm expecting to at least go an extra 40 minutes. So, next up, we have, second to last, will be Thor. This, of course, is Journey to Mystery 85. If you want to know what's special about this book, take everything you know about Thor, take out Jane. Is it Jane? I'm pretty sure it's Jane, but whenever I think of Jane now, I'm just thinking of Tarzan. I'm just going to go with Jane. If I'm wrong, I know it'll be corrected, so moving on. Take out Jane, take out Thor himself, and everything else you can think of. This is its first appearance. You got the first appearance to Bifrost or the Rainbow Bridge, Heimdall, Odin, Asgard, Loki, duh, it's on the cover. And this is the third appearance of Thor. So, pretty important book. In my opinion, definitely undervalued. And what makes this one special, I got it signed by Stan Lee. So, yeah, this is probably one of my favorite books in my collection. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about who I think could whoop Thor. So, Thor is literally a god. Not joking. Yes, he's that Thor. In case you don't know, wields a hammer named Mjolnir or Meow Meow, depending on how you want to call it. Although if you call it Meow Meow, you're a word that I cannot call you. Because people. Now, Thor controls lightning. I mean, electricity in general, I guess. But mainly he's the god of lightning and thunder. And if you're going off of Norse mythology, I think like the waves and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't carry over. But, so Thor, literally a god. Now, who could I pick to go up against someone like Thor? Well, another person whose book I don't have of, but I do have the hero whom he faces off against in a modern book. So, I'm going to show that book and then explain who the character is because they're not actually in the book. So my pick could have easily been the person that is on this, which would be Shazam. Actually, specifically, this is the Shazam Who Laughs. Although I feel like that's kind of stupid to have 2 Who Laughs characters. Though I think that could be made into a storyline about how the Batman Who Laughs turned on everyone on the team and just made them a blah 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 Who Laughs. So, Bullseye Who Laughs and crap. But I'm not going to get into that. So, if not Shazam Who Laughs, I didn't choose Shazam because, again, I wanted someone who didn't have those limits. Though I do think Shazam's spirit is a lot stronger, so I think he would probably put up a better fight than who I picked, but I'm going with a villain's theme outside of 2 of them, so I chose Black Adam. Now, Black Adam was basically Shazam, but in ancient Egypt, who turned on ancient Egypt, killed a bunch of people, and went evil, and went rogue, and almost caused the destruction of the wizard Shazam. And now we have Billy Batson as Shazam. So Black Adam, basically a lot stronger and more powerful than Shazam because the power the wizard could give to Billy Batson wasn't the full might of what it should have been, given that Black Adam never gave his power back as the chosen one. So Black Adam, a lot stronger, and honestly, I think could whoop Thor. Plus, Black Adam's had a long time to practice what he's done. In the Marvel Universe, we don't see how long he's had to practice, but given the first movie, he was still really, like, he acted like a child in the first movie, and we haven't come super far from that, and he just threw a fit in the last movie, so for the most part, Thor is very immature, and I feel like Black Adam would just laugh at him while whooping his tail. So I'm gonna have to go with Black Adam. I think he could put up a good fight. And now we're going to move on to the last one. And yep, this is going to be a 30-minute video. That's what I expected. Anyway, last but certainly not least, we're moving on to the one that is on most people's mind. At least I would think so. No, not Wolverine. He's not in the Avengers, you silly. That's crooked. Good lord. Crooked, not centered. I know myself. Anyway, so here I have pictured is Hulk 181, the first full appearance of Wolverine. I would say first appearance, but I don't feel like being roasted. So, first full appearance of Wolverine. Again, this copy is special because I have it signed by Stan Lee. And in case you don't believe me, I bought this PGX'd at 4.5. Though sadly, does it say it there? Nope. It says it there. Marvel stamp removed. So that sucks, but hey. I bought it for like $600. Not signed, but yeah. Anywho, Hulk. Hulk is insane. Hulk is all-powerful. Hulk is regenerative. And Hulk will make your day miserable. And the last one of your life if you make him upset. And the angrier he gets, the more powerful he gets. So, like a normal foe you would expect, he does not get tired the farther he gets into a fight. He gets more pissed. And the more pissed he gets, the more he's going to beat your face in. Now, I'm going specifically with Green Hulk, of course, because of the movie. So I'm not going to argue about Grey Hulk, Professor Hulk, any of those other weird ones. So I figured, who could put up a good fight with Hulk? Now, I think Thor could, but Thor's already on the Avengers. I can't make Thor just turn on Hulk mid thing. Well, I could, but that's not in the contest. So, we're going with a character I feel could put up a good fight, and a character whom I've loved since I was very, very little, though sadly, I have yet to get his first appearance, and he doesn't really have any other key issues aside from his first appearance, so I'm going to show a random Uncanny X-Men book from the 87, says on the cover. Okay, so I feel like this man could put up one heck of a fight against Hulk. And I feel like this is kind of a cheap answer, literally just because Juggernaut cannot die. In case you weren't aware, Juggernaut has the best healing factor in the entirety of the Marvel Universe. If one singular atom remains of Juggernaut, he will come back. It's not a matter of if. So you basically cannot destroy him. He's impossible to kill. Of course, when you think healing factor, you think of Wolverine first. But Wolverine doesn't have the greatest. He doesn't even have the top 10, I don't think. But Hulk has a really good one, but Juggernaut's is better. And Juggernaut's is he's insanely powerful. So I feel like even if Juggernaut could not beat Hulk, Juggernaut could not lose to Hulk. It would be a thing of they would just get tired of fighting and have to call it a day before, anything happened. Or Hulk would just get tired of smashing a puddle of blood and then leave, and then Juggernaut would come back. So technically, Juggernaut can't be finally defeated by Hulk. And I just wanted to see Hulk and Juggernaut fight again because that's always entertaining. So, yeah. To me, that's a really good fight, and I think he would put up one hell of a fight. So yeah, that's my pick. And now, since we just finished up the last book, I am going to put up this book to give my final thoughts. when we're approaching the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to keep this as short as possible. Now, the Avengers are a great team. They're not the best. They're not even anywhere near the best. In my opinion, the X-Men could whoop them. The Justice League could whoop them. Just about any other team could whoop them. But it is always really fun to see the Avengers fight other teams. So I tried to pick the best I could, of course, within comics universe and comics I own. And I feel like my team would put up one hell of a fight. I think the only thing that would go against them is their teamwork. But I feel like most of them could put it aside. Only a few of them, I think, would have trouble with it. Mainly Bullseye and Juggernaut, because they're narcissistic, but and they don't play well with others. But I feel like largely, if they just section themselves off, and then, I mean, when you talk about them ganging up on each other, I mean, you know, I would love to see a book with all of these people facing the Avengers. I think it would be awesome. Do I think it's ever going to happen? Hell no. But that's my entry to the contest. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you stuck in with it, what is the matter with you? I have trouble getting through a 10-minute video, and I'm just going off on a tangent for half an hour. But if you did, thank you so much. You're crazy, but thank you. Thank you. It's the crazy I appreciate. I very much appreciate it. Not because I'm making money from it, but I just appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and listen to an idiot talk and blabber on for half an hour. So, yeah, like I said, if you haven't checked out Mr. Comics 89, again, Mr._Comics 89, no spaces. He's a really cool dude, and if you can, give him your support. Let me know your feedback in the comments below. If you have any revisions, I mean, feel free to put them in my comment section, but if I were you, I'd just go to his video so you can get a contest entry. But anyway, what do I know? So, like I said, if you want to expound upon my characters and how you think they might win, or why you think they might be the dumbest thing you've ever heard, feel free to let me know down in the comments. And again, thank you all for watching. Take care.